Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're unpacking the reality of our new workplace, artificial intelligence. It's no longer just some futuristic concept waiting in the wings. Right now, it's actively diagnosing complex diseases with higher accuracy than top doctors. It's generating award-winning architectural designs, and it's helping global companies make literally billion-dollar decisions in real time. It's an explosive entry into our daily work lives, and let's be real, it's changing absolutely everything about how we operate.
And naturally, that sudden, massive shift has sparked the ultimate anxiety-inducing question of our time. Is AI going to replace your job? We are standing at a major global crossroads right now. Are we staring down the barrel of an unemployment crisis where human workers are rapidly pushed out of the economy? Or are we actually standing on the edge of a thrilling new frontier of professional opportunity? Today, we're going to look right past all the media hype, rely squarely on the data and expert consensus, and figure out exactly what the future of work looks like for you.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for how we'll break this down today. We're going to cover the AI adoption boom, jobs that are at risk versus safe, the historical pattern, industry transformations, and finally, the human advantage.
Section 1. The AI adoption boom. Why everyone is talking about AI. And we need to talk about the sheer unprecedented speed of advancements here, like large language models and autonomous systems taking off faster than anyone predicted.
To really grasp this revolution, we have to look at the undeniable business benefits driving organizations from local startups to massive international corporations to pour billions of dollars into these systems. Think about it. AI works 24/7 without ever getting tired. Imagine a global customer service bot flawlessly handling 10,000 complex queries at 3 a.m. in 50 different languages. It analyzes massive mountains of data instantly, stuff that would take a human analyst weeks or even months to cross-reference. By radically cutting operating costs, improving general productivity, and automatically handling those repetitive, soul-crushing tasks, the massive scale of AI adoption just makes perfect economic sense.
Section 2. Jobs. At risk versus safe. The reality of automation. Let's get objective for a second and look at exactly what AI is good at and how it impacts specific roles.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast between what machines can do and what humans excel at. One of the biggest misconceptions is that AI is just going to replace every single job across the board. The reality? It's far more nuanced. Where AI absolutely thrives is in the repetitive and the predictable. Processing a mountain of spreadsheets, basic data entry, literal translation, an AI system can do that flawlessly in seconds. But look over at the complex and empathetic roles. Machines just cannot replicate human intuition. A healthcare professional needs genuine human empathy to sit down and deliver a difficult diagnosis. Skilled trades, plumbers and electricians navigate unpredictable, highly physical environments that a robot simply cannot traverse. Or take a lawyer. Sure, an AI can find a legal precedent in 10,000 pages in 3 seconds, but it takes a human lawyer to read the emotional temperature of a courtroom during a delicate negotiation.
And that brings us to a crucial takeaway, captured perfectly by this quote from the source data. In many cases, their role is evolving rather than vanishing. Even for workers handling those highly predictable, at-risk tasks, they aren't just disappearing overnight. Instead, employees are increasingly working alongside AI. They're using it as an incredibly powerful tool to become way more efficient, automating the boring parts of their day so they can focus on the complex, creative work that actually drives value.
Section 3. The historical pattern. New technologies, entirely new careers. Let's shift our perspective and look backward for a minute to see how past technological revolutions have actually played out. You know, sometimes to understand the future, we have to look to the past. And when we map this out, a highly recognizable pattern of job evolution emerges. The Industrial Revolution completely changed manufacturing, and yes, people panicked then too, but it didn't leave everyone destitute. Then the computer age transformed our offices. Remember when math teachers insisted we had to learn long division because we wouldn't always have a calculator in our pockets? Now we have supercomputers on our desks. It didn't eliminate mathematicians, it just let them solve much bigger problems. The internet reshaped global communication, creating entirely new jobs like cloud engineer that sounded like total science fiction just decades ago. Now, the AI revolution brings intelligent automation. It's following the exact same recognizable pattern, eliminating certain legacy tasks, but always creating entirely new industries.
And honestly, we are seeing those entirely new industries being born right now. Look at these highly lucrative careers that companies are actively hiring for today. You've got your AI engineers and machine learning specialists for sure, but you also have prompt engineers who are essentially AI whisperers, trained to communicate with language models to coax out the absolute best outputs. There are AI ethics experts and human AI workflow designers whose whole job is figuring out how humans and bots can work together seamlessly. Companies are actively seeking people who embrace these tools rather than fear them.
Section 4. Industry transformations. How sectors are changing right now. And this brilliantly illustrates how we're moving past the theory and looking at the reality on the ground.
Let's systematically break down how these specific industries are integrating AI. In healthcare, AI isn't replacing the doctor. It's acting as a hypervigilant assistant, analyzing millions of medical images to spot early signs of disease the human eye might miss. In finance, algorithms are instantly flagging fraudulent transactions to protect consumer bank accounts in real time. Manufacturing is deploying smart factory robots to dynamically adjust supply chains and cut down on physical errors. In education, teachers are using AI to instantly personalize lesson plans for a student who might be falling behind, while automating all that heavy administrative workload. And in media, creators use it to rapidly outline research or edit footage. Across the board, AI is stepping in as an incredibly capable assistant to turbocharge workflows, not as a wholesale replacement for human expertise. Section 5. The human advantage. The skills that will matter most. So let's bring this directly back to you and the exact skills you need to cultivate to remain absolutely indispensable.
If AI is becoming a permanent fixture in the workplace, your ultimate advantage is what experts call the human toolkit. We're talking about deep critical thinking, adaptability, and emotional intelligence. Sure, a machine can instantly draft a flawlessly formatted corporate email, but it requires human leadership and creativity to actually inspire a team, navigate complex office politics, or calmly solve an unpredictable crisis. The people who combine these irreplaceable, fundamentally human strengths with new AI tools, they're going to be unstoppable. The goal is no longer competing against AI, it's learning how to actively collaborate with it.
Now, we do need to acknowledge that this rapid transition won't be entirely frictionless. As these systems scale, governments and businesses worldwide are facing a defining real-world challenge: how to appropriately balance this breakneck innovation with essential worker protections, data privacy, and navigating potential bias in AI training. Finding a responsible regulatory balance that encourages growth without compromising security is going to be one of the most complex hurdles of this decade.
But as we collectively navigate those hurdles, I really want you to walk away from this explainer with an empowering mind shift. Just read this quote from the source material. "The future doesn't belong to those who fear AI. It belongs to those who understand it, learn from it, and use it to create new opportunities. The individuals who choose to continuously learn and actively develop their distinctly human skills are sitting in the absolute strongest position right now. Make no mistake, AI is your collaborator, not your conqueror."
So, as we wrap up our analysis today, I want to leave you with a provocative final thought directly from the source material. Will AI ultimately create more jobs than it replaces, or are we heading toward a completely unprecedented future of work? When you consider the long historical patterns, our unique human advantages, and the rapid industry shifts we've just explored together, the answer might simply depend on how quickly we choose to adapt. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll see you next time.